Doge father himself, Elon Musk, will be appearing on Saturday Night Live this Saturday, and the Dogecoin is going crazy. So, what is Dogecoin, you ask? Well, we're going to get into that in this video. We're going to talk about what the cryptocurrency is, where it came from, and why Elon Musk is pumping it up to the moon. So, first off, this appearance on Saturday Night Live has been kind of being pumped by a lot of people and by Elon Musk himself to be something of maybe a Dogecoin meme, and that maybe he is going to be doing something to push Dogecoin in this Saturday Night Live appearance. So that's kind of the thoughts that's pushing Dogecoin this week. So it says here that Musk seems pretty pleased to be hosting the long-running NBC sketch comedy show. He's been tweeting reminders, including one last Tuesday in which he dubs himself the Doge Father. The tweet references the meme-themed cryptocurrency Dogecoin, which Musk has tweeted and talked about before. For a short tweet, Musk's words may have had a real-world impact or effect. Barron's reported a Dogecoin rally, reporting that the currency was up about 15% to 31 cents in Wednesday trading. Musk has also been musing on Twitter about some skits for himself. He proposed a woke James Bond idea, plus a play on Iron Man called Irony Man, defeats villains using the power of irony. And he tweeted about a sketch in which Baby Shark and Shark Tank merged to form Baby Shark Tank. Interesting. So these are all his tweets here. As you can see them, basically just a bunch of things that he wants to poke fun at and thinks that he should talk about on the show. But the one main one that we're interested here is Dogecoin. So as we see Dogecoin price rallying, analysts say ahead of the big appearance on Saturday Night Live this weekend by the Doge Father, and you can see just in the month this thing has run from 7 cents all the way up to a current level of 85 cents Canadian. Obviously American, it's more, I think it's at 59 cents American. So anyway, it's just an unprecedented run, right? Up like 800% in the month alone. And even from yesterday, right? Even from yesterday when Elon pumped it, basically, or from the other day when he pumped it, it's up almost 20-30%, if not 50% from when he pumped it. So that's interesting, but you can see here it's starting to sell off. In the past hour, we've kind of capped here at 75. We're hitting that 75 as resistance, and it's coming down from that 80 level over the past few hours. But really, it's unbelievable how high this thing's been able to go, and kind of the levels that it's been able to reach in just a short period of time, right? But unbelievable run. And the big question you want to ask yourself is, like, is this a bubble? Is this a speculative bubble, or is Dogecoin for real? Is this thing going to go to the moon, as we say? Well, here's the creator of Dogecoin himself, one of the co-creators, Jackson Palmer, and he warns in this article that you got to be cautious when you're looking at something like Dogecoin. Obviously, it's very profitable when you're getting into one of these speculative bubbles, looking to short-term trade and kind of make your profits as it's running up. But you want to be cautious about the long-term aspects of something like Dogecoin. So he says here that Jackson Palmer no longer thinks it's funny to imitate Doge. The internet meme about a Shiba Inu dog whose awestruck expressions and garbled syntax made him a viral sensation several years ago. If he did, he might channel Doge to offer a few cautionary words for investors who are falling for cryptocurrency startups, Silicon Valley's latest money-making craze. Very bubble, much scam, so avoid. Mr. Palmer, the creator of Dogecoin, was an early fan of cryptocurrency, a form of encrypted digital money that is traded from person to person. He saw investors talking about Bitcoin, the oldest and best known cryptocurrency, and wanted to find a way to poke fun at the hype surrounding the emerging technology. So in 2013, he built his own cryptocurrency, a satirical mashup that combined Bitcoin with the Doge meme he'd seen on social media. Mr. Palmer hoped to use Dogecoin to show the absurdity of wagering huge sums of money on unstable ventures. So it's just total irony, right? And it kind of goes back to what Elon Musk was saying in his tweet with the Irony Man, that he wants to kind of play on Saturday Night Live for that parody, because he's playing on the Dogecoin kind of founders' sentiments in that statement, where he's saying that, like, or in creating the Dogecoin itself, whereas it was literally created to be a joke. And the fact that it's turned into mimicking exactly what he was trying to make fun of is quite ironic. So obviously you see like people tweeting about the Dogecoin. Everybody's pumping, a lot of people on social media, Wall Street Bets, wherever, they're pumping Dogecoin. So this article is kind of going back and showing you that, like, even the creator was kind of skeptical and warning people back then that you don't want to get caught in these speculative bubbles, and you want to be very cautious about them. But investors didn't get the joke and bought Dogecoin anyway, according to this article, bringing its market value as high as $400 million along the way. The currency became a magnet for greed and attracted a group of scammers and hackers who defrauded investors, hyped fake products, and left many of the currency's original backers empty-handed. So this was back in the day, right? Like, we're talking like not what is happening now with this pump, but what happened with the original pump back when he first founded it, right? Today, Mr. Palmer 30 is one of the loudest voices warning that a similar fate might soon befall the entire cryptocurrency industry. What's happening to crypto now is what happened to Dogecoin, Mr. Palmer told me in a recent interview. I'm worried that this time it's on a much grander scale. Already there are signs of trouble on the horizon. This week, after Chinese authorities announced a crackdown on virtual currencies, the value of Bitcoin briefly tumbled 30% before partially recovering. So this is an old article, right? This is not a newer article. When did this come out, right? Like, I'm pretty sure this is old. So this is 3 years ago, right? So this is just, the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I wanted to show you guys kind of the irony of the creator talking about this and even tweeting this out like a long time ago, kind of saying that this kind of speculative bubble is something that we need to be very cautious of, right? And it's even funnier because like he talks about Ethereum and how it's like, overbought at that time, and it's like, dude, like, it's 100 times what it was now. But still, the value of Dogecoin fell more than 50% last week. Its market value by midday was about 100 million. So this is talking about last time Dogecoin pumped, right? It went up to a market cap of almost 400 million, right? And then within basically a week or 2 weeks, it was down to 100 million, right? But there remains no bigger mania among tech investors than cryptocurrency, which some see as an eventual replacement for traditional government-issued money. Even with the recent declines, the price of Bitcoin has more than tripled this year. Another cryptocurrency, Ethereum, has gained more than 2,300%. The success of these currencies has minted a new class of crypto millionaires and spawned hundreds of other digital currencies called altcoins. In addition, it has given rise to an entire category of startups to take advantage of cryptocurrency's public ledger system known as the blockchain. So that's about it, it from this article that you need to understand. But the thing that you really need to take from that is just the idea of the speculative bubble and how a lot of these coins are built on speculation. They're not built on any real valuations, right? There's nothing that says, hey, this is worth this much, because the only thing that gives it value is the fact that people are pumping it, right? If Elon Musk wasn't pumping Dogecoin, it wouldn't have the value that it does today, right? And it might not hold that value if he doesn't keep pumping it, or if people don't keep buying it, right? And giving it value because of the FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. Everybody kind of gets that fear of missing out, and oh, this guy just made $1 million last week or whatever, so I need to buy Dogecoin now, and it's gonna 100x in the next 3 weeks or 6 months or whatever, and I'm gonna be a millionaire because this, it's kind of a sad thing when it happens, because people make money, and a lot of people make money, especially like obviously this huge rise in the last month, the last 2 months, whatever. You've seen this huge rise, and people have made millions of dollars in this rise. But you got to understand that eventually, if it gives out, it will collapse, right? And when you're buying at $80 or 80 cents, 70 cents, something that's valuation has no valuation, right? Like, look, it's crazy, right? This market cap is now $94 billion, right? We're talking about something that was 100 million, like going back less than 3 years ago, right? Or just over 3 years ago. So, and the thing about Dogecoin is that it inflates itself. There's constantly creating new currencies, as it says here. It shares many features with Litecoin. However, unlike Litecoin, there is no hard cap on the number of Dogecoins that can be produced. So that they're constantly inflating their own currency, which is an interesting thing, but it's also a very, scary thing if there's not demand, because then your currency becomes less valuable. And when there's no demand and there's more supply, you get basically selling pressure. And that's what I fear for Dogecoin in the long term. In the short term, in the next 2-3 weeks, we might see this thing pump. But the thing is that what a lot of times happens is that it's buy the hype, sell the news, or buy the news, sell the event, right? Sell the report or the actual, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. In this case, it's buy the hype up to the Saturday Night Live and then maybe sell after the Saturday Night Live. Who knows, right? Depending. Or it could be buy and then pump, depending on how things go. I just want to urge caution over the next week. I would just remain cautious. If you want to get in, and you have some money that you're willing to risk, then maybe go in with half size until next week and see where things go, right? But if we want to talk about overall price levels, it's really hard to gauge with Dogecoin because it's had such big rips and such big dips, right? But for the most part, we're going to see these levels come into play, and that's the $45 and the $50 level here, 50 cent level here. So 45 and 50, these kind of half and whole, and 30, these half and wholes are going to act as hard support and resistance. So here you can see the $40 was acting as resistance and 30 was acting as support. So as it's popping up to 40, it's getting sold off, and then until it's able to break that, you get selling pressure. So I think that from this sell-off, you probably want to be a buyer in the low 50s, high 40 area, or buying in anywhere in the 40s is kind of probably your best bet for a low risk entry. Whereas if you're looking for a more high risk entry, I would look to get in close to more to the 65 level and ride this thing maybe to $1 to $1.20 if you can get it. If this thing keeps pumping, it would not be that crazy to see this thing go to $1. And I'm talking Canadian here, so probably like 60-70 cents or whatever, 75 cents American, maybe even $1 American, be like $1.25, $1.30 Canadian. I could definitely see it going there, right? And so you want to be, American, I think it's close to 50 cents. You probably want to be buying at that 50 cent level and kind of defending that. But if that breaks and you get that crushed down to 40 to 30, then you want to be careful, right? You want to be careful if this thing breaks this support here at $40, at 45, kind of this between $45 and $50 area, you have a lot of support and then that resistance, which becomes support, right? So once that $50 resistance breaks, that $50 resistance now becomes support. So you're going to have buying pressure in the 50s and then probably back in the 65s here, because you had some really nice buys here. It dipped twice to 65 and you had buyers coming in. So probably that 65 area, you're going to have buyers coming in. And then as it dips down to 50, you're going to have definitely a huge support area at 50. So I'd look for 50 for a good low risk entry. So whatever that is American, probably like closer to 40 cents or like, 38, 39, 40 cents, maybe 40, low 40 cents American is probably where you want to be looking to get that support low risk entry. Yeah. But other than that, is it a speculative bubble? For right now, I'm going to say yes, because there really is no value other than the value that people give to it. I know people are going to be mad at me saying that, and I know people are going to be upset, and the Doge father himself is probably shaking his head like, man, you can make $1 million, just buy the Doge, just buy the Doge, just believe in the Doge. I know what it's like to be caught in a speculative bubble and to lose all your money by buying at the top, and I really have a hard time doing it. But if you want to do it, like I said, just use quarter size, get in with small size, and buy at those support levels. Look for these support levels and wait for the sell-offs. And if you don't get them, then you don't get them. And if you want to buy high, then like I said, get in with like a quarter size, and just kind of average in if it starts selling off. So then you at least can get in with a better support, at a better support level with a lower risk entry, right? But obviously if this thing breaks kind of that 60 cents, 85 cents Canadian, that 60, 65 cents American, this thing can run to 75, 80, right? And 75 is going to be that hard resistance. So you want to be aware of that. And maybe you want to take some profits if you're buying at 50 and selling at, 75, maybe take some profits and then see if it gets to $1. But anyway, that's it for Dogecoin. Hopefully you guys are going to make some money on it. I know myself, I'm staying on the sidelines for now until after this SNL release. I really want to see what happens. If we get a huge sell-off back to that 50 cents next week, I will be buying 50 cents, 45 cents Canadian. I'll probably be buying some in the 40 cents area, 35 cents American. I'll definitely be buying some Dogecoin, picking some up in that support level, looking to defend and move higher after the sell-off if it's in fact a buy the hype, sell the event kind of thing. So we'll see. Buy the news, sell the event, whatever you want to call it. If it is that, then we want to be cautious and we want to wait to see if there's a dip that we can get in next week. But like I said, if you want to get in now, get in quarter size, then that's all up to you. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to like and subscribe, and hopefully you guys are believing in Doge, and hopefully Doge goes to the moon. I'm rooting for it. Like I hope you guys make tons of money, and I hope you guys are millionaires. I really do. I really hope this thing turns all the people that are believing in it into profitable investors, profitable traders, into profitable Dogecoin millionaires. That's what I want to see. Will it happen? Probably not. But that doesn't mean you can't hope for it. Anyway, have a good day, guys.